The latest COVID-19 bill before Congress right now includes $160 billion to set up a national vaccine program. It would have the federal government taking over and setting up vaccine sites across the country and here in the North Country.
The Senate's new Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the hope is to get millions vaccinated by this fall. Schumer joined North Country Chamber of Commerce President Garry for a webinar this past week to talk about the latest COVID relief bill. Schumer says the president's plan would include hundreds of billions of dollars to help states and local municipalities.
This is very important. $350 billion for state and local aid, direct aid. About half will go to the state, and that'll solve, that'll give New York a very good chunk of money. But we send half directly to the localities. So Clinton County or the city of Plattsburgh or the town of Keene can apply on will get money on their own, not through the state.
Schumer says they're working with the new administration on a major new infrastructure bill that would include funding for broadband and mass transit, which could benefit the transportation industry in the North Country.
This is one of the great things that links the North Country to New York City. The need for lots of buses and trains, both of which are made, of course, and employ a lot of people in good paying jobs in the North Country. And the Build Back Better bill, which the president has proposed, is really strong on electric buses. Broadband, our goal, if we pass this major infrastructure bill, Franklin Roosevelt in the 1930s said every rural home should have electricity. We believe every rural home should have broadband. And especially what COVID has shown is how essential this is for telemedicine, for schooling, for so many other activities, for business. And so we are going to try to do that. And it's a big job creator as well.
Schumer says he's working with President Biden's new Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, to make it a priority to reopen the northern border.
I've talked to Mayorkas about this, our new Secretary of Homeland Security. I've told him how important this is. I'm glad the president did his executive order, but we've got to go further than that. A lot of the problems between Canada and the U.S. were caused by the nasty relationship that Trump and Trudeau had. And we are trying to have a much better relationship. I've also talked to the Secretary of State about this as well. So we will push very hard to get this border normalized ASAP.
And once traffic is flowing again and Canadian flyers are crossing the border to fly out of Plattsburgh, Schumer says he'll do what he can to get the new U.S. Customs facility at the airport up and running in hopes of attracting airlines to offer international flights. The House may vote as early as next week on the president's COVID relief bill. North Country Congresswoman Elise Stefanik expressed frustration that Democrats don't appear willing to include any Republican recommendations, including an amendment that would increase funds to help expand child care in rural areas. During the webinar, Schumer also talked about his and his Senate colleagues' harrowing escape from the mob that attacked the U.S. Capitol on January 6, and how he was just yards away from the rioters when they forced their way into the Senate chambers. You can find that video on our website at mountainlake.org.